There we go. All right, welcome to everybody who's tuning in. Very excited to be chatting for the next couple minutes about the upcoming Barefoot Training Summit that we are doing in Denver this May 15th through 17th. It's at Project Move in Littleton. It's a very exciting space. I have online with me one of the presenters, which I am very excited to be introducing. Anyone who follows EBFA's work knows that we are very strong promoters of the concept of movement longevity and this barefoot baby boomer movement or philosophy that we promote. So, joining us today, and will be at the Barefoot Training Summit, is one of the co founders of the Functional Aging Institute, Dr. Cody Sipe. Welcome, Dr. Cody.
Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it.
All right, so I'll give you a few minutes to talk about Functional Aging Institute if anyone is not familiar with it, as well as what you will be speaking about at the summit.
Yeah, so the Functional Aging Institute was really started to provide kind of an evidence-based approach to training for the mature adult. As you're well aware, because you've got to focus on this, the aging boomers are the population to contend with in our country, and certainly a great opportunity for fitness professionals. And so we've been asked for years and years about, what is the best certification or training program to prepare me to work with older adults. And after really researching and looking at the vast majority of them, we just really didn't feel like any of them were really progressive enough in their approach to, creating functional outcomes for this population, which is what they're primarily concerned with. So we decided, after a lot of prodding, just to start our own organization and launch our own certification. We did that a little bit over a year ago. It's gone great. We're very happy about it. And so our primary certification is the functional aging specialist. So we have kind of two focuses. The first focus is teaching the trainer how to train, and the other focus is teaching the trainer how to get the clients to train, so they can grow their business and have a very successful career working with these aging baby boomers. So that's a little bit about the Functional Aging Institute, and of course along the way we've been fortunate enough to hook up with you, Emily, and what you're doing with the Barefoot Training movement and really getting that moving forward. And obviously I think there's a lot of synergies, as we've talked about, kind of between these two approaches, and so I'm excited to learn more, about what you're doing and to bring what we're doing into your Barefoot Training Summit. So I appreciate you asking us to participate in that.
Of course, it'll be very exciting. So, for those who are looking to attend the Barefoot Training Summit or considering, can you provide a little bit about what you will be speaking about specifically on Sunday, May 17th?
Sure, sure. So go back one more slide, and I'll hit on the first one. The first thing really focuses on that approach that we just talked about that's in the functional aging specialist certification, and it's just a model that we've developed based on one of the research evidence, and we think where it's pointing, where it's going, as far as what is the most effective approach for increasing and maintaining function for older adults, and that's really the question that I set out to try to answer. Now, of course, we don't know exactly what that is, but we certainly know a lot about what makes an effective program. So we developed this model called the Functional Aging Training Model that kind of guides professionals on, okay, how do I do this thing with this person given all these limitations and et cetera that come along with the older client. And so I'm going to cover that approach and give a context then for how barefoot training fits into that as a strategy for improving and maintaining function. So you're going to, I think, give a really nice session on the barefoot baby boomers and what that's all about. And so what I'm planning on doing is trying to kind of explode that and look at the bigger picture of function and functional movement and functional longevity, and then again give a concept for how barefoot training fits into that. So that'll kind of give us our first session, and then on the second session on balance training is then we're going to really hone in very specifically on balance training, because for one, this is really where barefoot training stands to have some tremendous advantages over other traditional approaches to training. And it's just been interesting, as kind of I've told you before, in kind of the balanced training world. There's been this, well, do you train with shoes or without shoes, and do you even test with shoes or without shoes? And it's an issue that's kind of meandered in the older adult literature that nobody's really grasped a hold of and really run with it. So again, I think your approach to barefoot training, there are some definite advantages to improving balance and reducing fall risk within this population. And it's something that is huge, because when we look at these boomers who are now in their late 60s, they're going to start hitting their 70s, and we know across the board, once you hit 70, and it's not like it's a magic number, but the data is clear. Once you hit 70, fall risk really goes up tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hit 75, it goes up even more dramatically. So we're talking about something that we've got to prepare our clients so that when they hit 70 and when they hit 75, that they are able to have awesome balance and don't have falls on their radar at all as being a risk for them, because they know they can handle any perturbations that come along the way.
No, that's perfect. I always tell people that to ensure functional longevity, such as what you're promoting, is you don't want to wait until it's too late. So
That's right.
start instilling these behaviors and principles earlier, not just thinking of, and I know you talk about it a lot, not this like crippled, frail senior, but they're things that apply to kind of as people are transitioning into that next phase. So
Exactly, yeah, and we really wanted to take the approach of, we're not focusing on that. Okay, the 85-year-old that
right.
can't move, can't get out of a chair, needs rehab. There are millions and millions and millions of adults that are just in that middle range of function, but the point is that they're going to go one way or the other, right? And if they can follow this functional decline just like their parents did, or they can maintain their function and vitality literally up until the time they die, which is what everybody wants.
Yeah, exactly. People are living longer and longer, and they're keeping everything kind of sharp in the cardiovascular health. So having this movement approach is very beneficial. So I'm glad that you created the certification. Your post-con certification will be on Monday, May 18th. If you want to speak briefly about that as well, so that people can learn about that.
Absolutely, yeah. So my sessions in the conference will give everybody an idea and kind of some of the central tenets and philosophies that we utilize. But the workshop is really the whole enchilada. This is our complete model of training, and you get all the online training material. And there's about 10 hours of online material, including about 5 or 6 hours of video that give examples of testing and training strategies, etc. But the live workshop then kind of puts that all together, 8 hours of instruction, and a lot of people obviously really like that hands-on approach that you get in a live workshop that you just can't get from doing the online program. So that will be all day on Monday, and once you get done with that, then you can sit for the certification exam, and that's an online exam, but if you go through the online material in the workshop, you'll be well prepared for that.
Perfect. And real quick, what is the pricing for it?
$299.
Okay, excellent. So then in addition to the Barefoot Training Summit, FAI and EBFA are kind of joining again at the Functional Aging Summit, which you will be hosting in June, if you wanted to let listeners know about that as well.
Absolutely. So this is a 2-day event that is focused on the 2 missions that I just talked about. We want to provide really good information on what's current out there regarding training the older adult, which is why Emily's going to be speaking to us, and we want to have her there. And then also information, again, on the business marketing side of, okay, how to attract more older clients, and again, create a viable business and career out of working with this population. So we have lots of great experts coming in, including Dr. Emily Splickle, that we've hand selected really to come in and speak about some different aspects of either training or business.
Excellent. Perfect. So I'm very excited that I know we had connected last year. So to be able to work under several situations in 2015 is very exciting as far as kind of what the future holds, is pushing both the barefoot approach and the functional longevity approach. So
Hmm.
it's very exciting. And then as Dr. Cody Sipe had mentioned, I will be doing one of the lectures, which I'm very excited to be presenting that in honor. So thank you. Thank you for that collaboration.
Oh,
And
you're welcome.
I will be doing a barefoot training specialist pre-con on the Thursday before. Um, so please check that out. They can register on the FAI site as well as the EBFA site. So if anyone is interested in taking that. Um, Otherwise, please do check out barefoottrainingsummit.com. Thank you so much, Dr. Cody Sipe. Looking forward to having a great event and spreading the concept of functional aging and functional longevity.
Yep. Thank you, Dr. Splickle. Looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you all.